Alright, hello. As I am a PNG tuber, that means I am legally required to react to ShoeOnHead at some point during my channel's lifespan. So, today we have a video by her called I Survived Woke 1.0, the First Culture War. I have a few ideas of what this video could be about, but just like a moth to a flame, let's fly right into this video.
So the other day, I saw a tweet. I feel like all my videos start out like that. The other day, I saw a tweet that said, "Woke 1 was crazy." Attached to the infamous photo of Nancy Pelosi and a bunch of Democrat politicians kneeling in African costumes back in 2020 to honor George Floyd. What a fever dream.
God.
There were many similar posts from people talking about how crazy Woke 1 was, or Woke 1.0 as they call it. Leftists talking about what they did wrong during Woke 1.0, how they came off too strongly with things like abolish the police, and how they'll do things differently during—
Yeah, it's almost like police are actually good. I know, crazy take, guys. Having people to protect us from criminals is actually a good thing. Letting criminals out on the street running free, fucking selling drugs, robbing people, stealing people's cars, like, yeah, maybe it's not the best thing to have going around.
Woke 2.0. Yeah. You'll get him next time, champ. And don't get me wrong, 2020 was crazy. At the time, I was a bit preoccupied trying my hardest to get Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard elected. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, how'd that turn
from what
out?
I remember, 2020 was crazy. But that was not—
I think the fact that everyone had to be locked inside for such a long time kind of turned everyone even a little bit more crazy, because now everyone's online a lot more than they normally would be. So everyone's seeing everything that's going on. And that's also where like a big divide started, because people just found their groups and got way too ingrained into them, because they're like, oh, these people agree with me, they're now my friends, and everything just kind of became very parasocial, which I feel like fueled some of the craziness that was going on. But that's my take on it.
Not Woke 1.0. Woke 1.0 started long ago. Long ago when being woke was called being an SJW. Back when Anita Sarkeesian was public enemy number one. And
yeah, that was a long
as an
ass
attack
time ago.
helicopter, believe it or not, was a joke young people told, and not your 65-year-old uncle on Facebook.
Guilty as charged.
You see, Woke 1.0 was not George Floyd and COVID masks. No. This was Woke 1.0.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
Fucking BuzzFeed. Okay, so yeah, I see where we're getting at. We're gonna be seeing some like 2016 Leafy era shit. I remember him reacting to all those BuzzFeed videos of the fucking woke feminists that were going crazy over video games and stuff. Yeah, okay. I see the direction this video is going now, and I'm excited.
Hello and welcome to the ShoeOnHead channel. I am your host, ShoeOnHead. You may also know me on Reddit as every e-girl combined into one insufferable millennial woman with fetal alcohol syndrome.
But damn.
Or perhaps just Asmongold on HRT. As I am filming this, it is the 12th anniversary of my first video on this channel.
Holy
12
shit.
years. 12 years a slave to the algorithm. So in this video, we are going to react to that video as well as a few other old videos of mine. We're gonna see how well or how terrible everything has aged, because let's be real, a lot of this shit aged like milk.
Yeah.
Wait, why is the arrow pointing this way? What the f— We're going to talk about Woke 1.0, the ancient lore of me and my channel, how the Overton window has shifted so far since then, how stupid everything looks back then in comparison to things happening today. I feel like every morning we wake up and we are living through yet another historical event. The news moves so fast. There's pressure to react instantly, to pick a side, to condemn, to support, but the reality is—
oh my god, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you saw one single tweet about this, or you saw one single article, one little 2-minute snippet from a video. Make your opinion now. You have to make a choice now. You have no other option. You must pick a side. Like, no. What the fuck happened to getting multiple sources and actually, making an informed opinion? This is not leading to a sponsor. But it started to sound like it.
When a story first breaks, we're not seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News.
That is quite literally what it sounded like I was about to fucking say. Can you tell I watch a lot of ShoeOnHead?
The video description
Go support
down
all the
below
Shoe stuff
to
here.
subscribe to their Vantage plan today. Big thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, as always, for not skipping the ad. And now, back to the video.
Yeah,
One
definitely.
of the most funny and like endearing things that have been happening lately is people will discover my channel and then they'll make reaction videos to my videos and they'll title them things like ShoeOnHead is done with the left.
I feel called out. But to be fair, I did not just discover ShoeOnHead. I have been watching her channel for years.
ShoeOnHead is finally waking up. And it's like, I've been woken up. Do not cite the anti-woke magic to me, Nuxtaku. I was there when it was written. Before you—
Yeah, no, ShoeOnHead has always been, like, pretty reasonable. Even when she's giving, like, a hard take on something, she's still always been pretty damn reasonable about it. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I don't fully agree with, but I can agree with the way she presents it. She doesn't just attack. You must listen to me whenever she's presenting something. She is very reasonable when it comes to it, and I think that's part of the reason why she's gained such a big following over the years. Because it's definitely one of the reasons that I watch her.
girl was Kami Mommy. For better or worse, I was one of the founding fathers of anti-woke content on the internet. I saw this one tweet that was like, the idea there was a woke one is the most jarring to America's moment I've ever had. Really, bitch? I mean, like, I get it. I would pretend it never happened too. It was very embarrassing, but really, bitch? I was there when Bernie Sanders was talking about unions and has microphones snatched by Black Lives Matter. That was basically the birth of my entire political worldview. You can't pretend that shit never happened. I was there when a grown-ass scientist was harassed and brought to tears for daring to wear a shirt with like cartoon pinup girls on it. We need Nuremberg trials for all the 2010s. You should legally be forced to wear some kind of patch on you in public to identify you as a woke 1.0 freak. When I saw that tweet, I literally had to stop writing my other video to make this one because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let these people rewrite history. We're not gonna let you write the history books, okay? Who do you think you are? Ghislaine Maxwell's father? So I'm going to be talking about 4 different videos here. Oppression Olympics, Social Justice League vs. Gamers, Average is Beautiful, and Questions for Men Answered by Women. I'm not going to be showing
Ooh, I have seen that last one, but it's also been years since I've seen it, so it's gonna be interesting to watch it again.
Full videos because this video will be 4 hours long, so if you want to watch the full videos, the links will be in the description. Thank you, I love you, bye-bye. So, Oppression Olympics was my first cultural, political video, uploaded July of 2014. 12 years ago. How old were you guys 12 years ago? I am like—
Well, considering it's July that she said it was uploaded, I was 6. Honestly, just saying that makes me feel old, but at the same time, I'm not in the slightest.
Like 60 years old in internet years, like 204 years old in e-girl years. If you have been here, if you have been with me for that long, you deserve like some kind of reparations or something. Like, you have seen some All right, I am about to watch it. I am so scared. I haven't watched this in years.
There we go.
Hey there, pretty lady.
Oh god.
Do you wear heels? Do you wear makeup? Do you want to go on a diet and get thin? Don't do any of those things. Hey, I'm a feminist. That's right, a feminist in 2014 America.
Can my voice even do that anymore? 2014 America. Oh, I can. Okay, never.
That is like surprisingly high pitched. I don't remember that in the slightest with her older videos. Holy.
Never mind, pretend I didn't do that. All right, let's go.
What does that mean? That means I want you to stoop down to my level, and that means—
Okay, yeah, this is definitely very, very old YouTube coded with just how she's expressing everything.
don't go on a diet, don't wear heels, don't do makeup, don't do your hair, don't try to look pretty. I get catcalls all the time and I hate it. I just love vlogging about it though, and I love blogging about it on my Tumblr. And shaving? Forget shaving. Don't shave. This video game character is dressed too sexily. I don't like it. Change it. I'm dressed too sexily and you don't like it? Stop oppressing me.
Wow, that actually aged surprisingly well. Like, that could have been said today and you would have fooled me.
Did you guys know that rape is bad? Rape is bad. Does anybody thought you know this? Rape is bad, and if you're not a feminist, you're pro-rape.
You know, other than the cringy early YouTube there, that aged surprisingly well. Now, the funny part there is, back then, that was ironic. Not so much anymore.
Oh, good, it's over.
Oh,
fuck, she's back!
Feminism in 2014 America is completely pointless. It's just a label that people are putting on themselves to feel special because—
Why do I sound so cute? It's just a label people are putting on themselves, like, aw, someone protect her, she doesn't know how bad it's gonna get!
It's the special snowflake oppression Olympics. Everyone is in this big race to be the most progressive and the most open-minded and the most oppressed. It is the strangest thing I have ever seen, and it's like infesting like the internet, and it's starting to seep out into the real world, and like I really—
Holy shit, do we have to go back and, like, actually watch these older ShoeOnHead videos? This is, like, scarily accurate to how today is. Maybe it just feels like stuff has changed a lot more just because of how chaotic everything's been, but I think it's pretty much the same as it was then at this point now. Just everything's been turned up to 100.
I really don't like it.
So a little lore behind this video before we continue. First of all, Obama was president. Okay, this was before the Trump era. In fact, this was like months before Gamergate even popped off. This is ancient. Some of you don't even remember a time before Trump. Like, Trump is your normal. You don't remember what the political and cultural landscape was like before Trump.
I mean, I don't remember that. I just remember I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 on the PS3. That's what I remember from that time period.
That is like crazy to me. Anyway, at this time I was like 23, 24, working at a makeup counter in the mall, and I noticed all the people around me were changing. Their personalities were shifting. They were becoming like very unfunny and like offended at everything. It was very weird. One example that sticks out in my mind for some reason was my friend screamed in my other friend's ear. My friend was like, "Ah, you're gonna make me go deaf." And then my other friend was like, "That's not funny. My brother's half deaf." I don't know.
Oh my god, that shit's been going on for that long now. I've always hated people that are like that, where they just get offended over literally everything. Have y'all been on TikTok anytime recently and seen like the ranters where it's effectively a PNG in the corner and they have like a video of like slime or, you know, cooking in the background, and they're just sitting there ranting about some bullshit? Yeah, I've been seeing ones recently that are probably rage bait, where it's like, so being born is actually a racist. Like, obviously that shit's rage bait, but to an extent, I kind of believe some of those people might just be dumb enough to believe that.
Why that one sticks out, but like, that was a pivotal moment where I was like, what the fuck is going on? Also, we later found out that her brother was in fact not half deaf, but anyway, the only thing I traced it back to was they all used the same website.
This video is mostly
Tumblr.
about—
Yep.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh god,
Oh
her.
my god, is that Big Red? Oh my god, just blast from the past with this face here.
Holy
this woman
shit.
should get some kind of like compensation for being on so many YouTubers' thumbnails. She was the face of the triggered feminist SJW for years.
Number one, shut the f up for a second. Now, if you would shut the f up,
The original Karen.
And then it was this other person. Where are these people nowadays? I wonder what they're up to.
Tumblr is the reason there is just this outbreak and infestation of SJWs, ruining my internets and ruining my real life and just sucking the sense of humor out of so many people I know.
Tumblr was very—
What would you say the modern day Tumblr is? Part of me wants to say Twitter, but at the same time, it doesn't really have like that kind of edge that Tumblr did with like the feminist movement. I feel like they've kind of just spread out everywhere, so there might not be like one central website anymore for it.
popular back then, but there was like some dark evil energy coming from it, and I sensed it. And at the time, that is where I thought all this woke SJW shit was coming from. Little did I know, like, a lot of these people on Tumblr were college kids. All this like rape culture, white
Yeah, makes
supremacist
sense.
bullshit was coming from the college classroom. And at the time I didn't know. I was just a humble makeup salesman, so I was really confused and I felt like I was going crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to boot up the ShoeOnHead channel. I'm gonna vent and make a video. Nobody's gonna fucking see it. I don't care. As far as I knew, there was no other videos online talking about this subject, so I just filmed it, edited it, uploaded it, and left. Like, I didn't check the comment section, and I didn't even know that
And that video
Thunderfoot,
blew
a
up.
YouTuber, shared my video, and that's
Oh,
how
shit.
it originally blew up. And from there, I found out, oh, there's more people who agree with me. I found like Sargon of Akkad and like the honey badgers. It was crazy to feel like, oh, I'm not going insane. Things are changing.
They're all in this.
Yeah, I think that's how a lot of people feel watching videos now. Like, the type of videos I watch are similar to this to an extent. That have similar enough views with me where it's like, yeah, everything's getting kind of fucking crazy lately. It feels like stuff got out of hand and like we're slowly making our way back to a sense of normalcy. It's nice to feel like you're not crazy and that everyone else is crazy, but to an extent, we're all a little crazy.
Big competition to see who could be the most progressive and the most tolerant, at the same time being the most annoying and the most intolerant people
Yeah,
I've
that still stands
ever
true.
met in my life. It is just a big it's the oppression Olympics. Labeling yourself as a feminist. Stop it. It is not a movement anymore. You do not need it. Nobody needs it. You have every single right that every guy has now. Like most feminists on the internet just hate men.
Now, if you can believe it, and this might be hard to believe while watching this video, this was transgressive back in the day. This was like...
Wow. Yeah, no, that's crazy how, like, this same stuff is still being said today. Like, the things she talked about in that old video and the things that are being talked about nowadays are damn near the same. And you would think over the span of 12 years that, you know, we would have already kind of been past a lot of this stuff, but to an extent, it's only gone further.
crazy to hear online back then, especially coming from a woman. We're saying things like, oh, feminism is doo-doo, and like obvious ass shit, like people have a victim complex these days. That was like sacrilegious. And now it's like nothing. Now it's like wallpaper. Everyone thinks that. Every day there's like a new racist e-girl popping up and saying the N-word and then falling off a week later. Like if this video came out today...
Well, saying the N-word, making an OnlyFans the same way, riding that little clout wave they get, make their bag and then fall off, that's the new norm.
It would get like no views because it's the most basic shit ever. This video almost got me fired from my job, you know, like they found out
Holy
where I
shit.
worked, they called my boss, they were like, she hates women, like all this stuff. When it first...
It's kind of crazy how even back then there was still cancel culture and everything. I feel like nowadays that's died off a little bit compared to how it was in like 2020 and such. But that's just because people don't care anymore. Like, as long as you just don't care, you can't really be canceled. Sometimes you can get even more fame from it.
Most of the comments were negative. It was just a bunch of angry women being like, you're a handmaiden of the patriarchy. Like, this was before the term pick-me existed. Handmaiden of the patriarchy. That goes kind of hard. Can we bring that back? Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's actually
that
fire.
was the first video. Let's watch another one, shall we? This is called Social Justice League vs. Gamers.
May or may not have noticed, I've been fully immersed in this whole Gamergate thing since it started like 2 months ago.
Gamergate was 2 months ago? Oh my god. For those of you who don't know what Gamergate was, you know what, don't worry about it, it's not important. Some woman allegedly slept with someone and now the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Things happened in between that.
Yeah, effectively.
That's basically the gist.
Yeah.
Editing Shoe here. I decided to actually put in a brief explanation because genuinely a lot of you might not know. Gamergate kicked off when game devs and game journalists were accused of sleeping with each other for better game reviews. A bunch of journalists then coordinated anti-gamer hit pieces, all coming out around the exact same day, saying things like gamers are dead and focusing on how sexist and white and male gaming spaces were. It was a mess that went on for like 3 years, arguably longer, and many people cite it as one of the first major culture wars online. People went to the UN to talk about...
Yeah, no, it pretty much was like one of the first major ones. And that's why there's the issue nowadays with games where it feels like they're made for no one. Like, a large chunk of the gaming audience is still guys, but it doesn't feel like we have, like, Gears of War, old school Call of Duty, you know, those manly man games where you're going to war to die for your country. And now we have games like High Guard where you take one look at it and you're like, who the hell is this made for? Because now games have to be inclusive and all the characters have to be fucking disgusting looking. Because God forbid your characters be pretty or your characters be handsome. That's not allowed.
About sexism in gaming. There was even a Law and Order episode about evil sexist gamers.
These guys,
You're
they
joking.
just can't stand women in gaming.
What did they do to you?
They leveled up.
Also, Logan Paul was in that episode for some reason. It was a weird time. Anyway.
What? Huh? Honestly, I might have to watch that tonight just because that sounds like a joke. Like, that actually just sounds like a fucking joke. There's no way that's real.
Seeing good friends of mine get labeled as misogynist, sexist, racist, only for enjoying video games and seeing through this very obvious agenda pushing 100% no. I honestly could not imagine being so deluded that you actually make yourself believe that all gamers are white, cis males who are worse than ISIS. I'm not even mad, I'm actually like impressed that these people have the ability. They're like champions of mental gymnastics of the oppression Olympics.
Holy shit, yeah, that's still really accurate today. Damn, shit really has not changed as much as, like, everyone thought it did. It's been the same issue over and over throughout the years. With how fast stuff changes on the internet, it really feels like we're talking about, like, nowadays when I guess we'd probably just have come full circle. Like, I don't really remember this, so that's why it's shocking me as much as it is. I was still really young when all of this went down. Like, at the time, the only thing I did on the internet was watch Vanoss and play .io games. And learn brand new slurs every time I hopped into a COD lobby. Like, I don't remember any of this shit that was going down.
SJW logic and facts. Oh my god.
Coming in like,
Yeah, that's
I don't like
ancient.
this, I don't like that, I don't like this character doesn't look like me, she's not frumpy and below average, it makes me insecure, change it, change this, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't even play that, but I don't like it. There could be a fucking black, Mexican, Chinese, demisexual, lesbian, feminist otherkin in a wheelchair with no legs and shit, and these crybabies would still not be happy.
Oh my god, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They still f***ing do this shit. They still invade nerdy male spaces and force them to cater to them. They're still purposely making female characters like ugly and frumpy. You still
That's quite literally what I've been saying this whole fucking video. That was obviously a fucking joke back then in the older Shoe video. But you could say that right now and be like, oh god, which game series did it this time? What game was released that has that character? That is actually kind of insane.
can't pander to them because they'll never be happy.
Take a look at this.
It's a frightening and disgusting trend in the world of online gaming. Hackers rewriting code to simulate sexual assault.
Sam Meggs stopped playing online over a year ago because of what she calls
Fucking
a misogynistic
games,
mentality that already exists in the world of gaming. The graphics are so good, this attack is eerily realistic. Eerily realistic.
Oh, that's sex? I've been doing it wrong? God damn!
Oh my god, I forgot all about the traffic cone. My dad literally stole that traffic cone off the street from me. I was like, Dad, I need a traffic cone for this video I'm doing. He like took it off the street and he's like, here you go. He didn't even like ask what it was for. I was just like, thanks. Like,
yeah. W Dad.
It's good to have a supportive father in your life. So this one is
Yeah, that definitely screams the old internet just seeing that clip. I like physically fucking was like, ugh. Like I felt my body recoil as fucking memories of old YouTube just creeped up.
called Average is Beautiful.
Race together? Wow, how progressive!
Oh, a hell of a frame to pause on. But that's like a fucking base Markiplier would do back then. I completely forgot what I was gonna say just looking at this frame.
Oh my god, Race Together. I forgot all about this. In 2014, Starbucks did this thing called Race Together, where I shit you not, they made baristas write hashtag Race Together on the cups to encourage discussion about race relations with customers.
Oh yeah.
You are a coffee company. You sell coffee. We do not need race discussion shoved down our throats while we're trying to shove coffee down our throats. And that was in 2014. You would think that's 2020. Nothing changes, does it?
Yeah, let's get rid of race relation like tension by just making awkward conversation about race at Starbucks. Why?
They were forcing 18-year-old kids to have awkward-ass discussions with strangers about race. Yeah, can I get a tall cappuccino? Ah, yes, hello. I see you are a person of color. What the f*** were they smoking back then?
Honestly, to a point, I feel like that's racist. Oh yeah, look, we're so different. We have to talk about it. Like, it's made out to be a way bigger issue than it actually is. Like, we've almost gone too far in the other direction where, well, like, in an attempt to be inclusive, which, okay, sure, whatever, it's become actually just racist again. Whether it be, like, shows, movies, games. The constant need to have, like, and like, oh yeah, here's a Mexican character, here's a black character. Why? Well, inclusivity. That's why. Like, no, not everything has to be inclusive. Like, I remember in older games as well, there was, like, actually good representation. But now it just feels lazily tossed in and, like, overly preachy. Like, no, just make a good character. Doesn't matter who plays them, doesn't matter how they look. Just write good characters and people will like it. It doesn't have to be super inclusive for it to work.
I just imagine some black lady, like, on her way to work, walks into Starbucks, like, oh, can I have a latte, please? And the barista just like, ah! I see you are a woman of color.
Oh my god. I made the same fucking joke. I didn't even remember. I did it again.
Wait.
Wow, it's almost like we have the same brain
Holy
or
shit.
something.
Listen, social justice, you can, like, invade video games all you want, you can do whatever you want to comics, but don't touch my Disney. I will send the hounds on you.
Yeah, that kind of aged like milk. I will not lie, that one there aged like milk.
Oh god. Nobody tell her. Nobody tell
Yeah,
her.
no, nobody
tell her.
nobody say a thing.
Weird.
Don't say a
This
thing.
one is called internalized misogyny.
If you're a woman capable of individual thought, you've probably had the term internalized misogyny thrown at you a few times. So, what is it exactly? F***ing retarded. The end.
Real.
There are so many stupid feminist rebuttals, but I think internalized misogyny has to be, like, my top favorite. Right after she's doing it for male attention and she'll learn when she's older. She'll learn when she's older, as if one day it's just gonna be like,
Happy birthday to you.
Holy shit! Manspreading is an issue!
I am literally older now than
You'll learn when you're older is like such a stupid thing to say. Especially like if you're already an adult at the time. Like sure, if you're a kid that has no clue what the fuck's going on in the world, absolutely. That phrase can apply. Which even nowadays, not so much. Kids have iPads and phones way too late. Like when I worked retail, I would see these little 4-year-olds have iPads watching YouTube videos that reasonably they shouldn't be watching. And to an extent, yeah, I was raised the same way. But I'll see friends that have younger siblings, they'll have Twitter, or they'll have an Instagram where they're constantly posting stuff. And I was like, you are a toddler. You should be learning your ABCs. You are way too young to be on the internet at the scale that you are. Like, I can even say, looking back, like, I should not have been on the internet as young as I was. And especially now, like, mindlessly scrolling through TikTok can really fuck up these younger kids. You've probably all heard about the studies before showing that our attention spans are shrinking, and I fully do believe that. There constantly has to be stimulus. It constantly has to get your brain fried. And, like, even with, like, some older people, I was talking to some of my buddies earlier today, just about YouTube and stuff, because, you know, we all doing YouTube or streaming or whatnot. Yeah, I'm on my grind set, you know, I'm constantly trying to keep my stuff interesting and fast, and I was like, hey, I'm happy with how I'm doing, but if I keep up with the rate I'm going now, I should be monetized by the end of the year. And they're like, that's not good. That's really slow. I was like, well, yeah, you kind of just do your own thing. You don't really have that, like, crazy grind. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna sit here, you know, have cuts every 2 seconds, you know, constantly flashing shit on the screen just to keep someone's attention for a little bit longer. If people are gonna sit through and watch the videos, they're gonna sit through and watch the videos, but that's because they like who I am and the shit I have to say. Or, you know, they like what I'm playing or like whatever the fuck I'm reacting to. I'm not gonna sit here and make content where it takes hours upon hours upon hours to edit just to, you know, maybe keep that watch time up a little bit higher. Would it do better in the algorithm? Sure, abso-fucking-lutely it would. But I don't enjoy that. I enjoy laid-back videos. If you want to know the type of stuff I watch on YouTube, look at the videos I create myself. Do those videos have a little bit more quality than mine do? Sure, absolutely. But I'm just some dumbass with a microphone sitting in his room. And I feel like that's how a lot of us started out. Eventually, I'll try to pick up the quality as I get more used to everything, but honestly, right now, I just don't care. I'm having fun with this. I'm doing this as a hobby. It's something to pass the time. But even still, like, kind of getting back on track what I was saying earlier, I don't think younger kids should be trying to do YouTube like this. Or even watching a lot of the videos that are uploaded, like the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, where there's cuts every 2 seconds, and you honestly forget what happened 10 seconds ago in the video because there's so much stuff going on where it just absolutely fries your brain to the point where you feel like you've watched hours of content in like a 10-minute video. I can already tell, like, there's gonna be studies coming out about short form content and how the people that watched it are more depressed later in life because they physically just can't get the same joy that they used to have because their dopamine receptors are so fried.
And I was meant to be in that skit about the future. And I did not, in fact, learn when I got older. I got worse.
These people have an excuse and a buzzword
Worse,
for
quotations.
everything. Racist, sexist, MRA, right-wing, conservative, privilege.
Oh my god, MRA.
Wow.
I forgot about MRAs. Oh my god. MRAs were men's rights activists. And before people were getting called like incel online for criticizing women or supporting men,
That's a
they
term
were
I've
being
not heard
called
forever.
MRA. Yes, it was considered a insult back then to care about men's rights. This was before the modern red pill. This was before Andrew Tate, Clavicular, Fresh and Fit. We had like Roosh V.
For the longest time, I wanted to do a post on how to approach girls that are ordering a drink at the bar. So what I did
Why did all guys on YouTube sound like that? I feel like everyone that did that specific type of content all sounded the same.
is I went to the toy store and I bought some dolls. These two are the...
Actually, he just sounds like red pill content now anyways. Why do they all talk like that? I think they're trying to put on that macho, like, oh yeah, I'm the man.
Cute girls who you want to have sex with.
That was our Andrew
What?
Tate back then.
MRA, right-wing, conservative, privilege. They do this to move the goalposts, so then you're like, oh wait, I'm not an MRA. This is why I'm not an MRA.
That's why you don't play the game. Like, I didn't know this at the time, I was naive and stupid, but you don't fight back. You don't go like, oh no, I'm not right-wing, I voted for Bernie, I have a gay friend. Like, no, shut up, no. You just have to go, okay, and even if you're not.
You're racist, okay? You're right-wing, okay? We can agree to disagree. No, we can't! That's not allowed! Like, come on, people. What the fuck?
Because literally all they have is the ists and the isms. Defending yourself from their thought-terminating buzzwords is just, it's useless, it's a waste of time. I wish I knew that back then. So this is my most viewed video.
Honestly, if you're gonna argue with these people, you gotta do it for the love of the game. You gotta know that if they're the type where they'll sit there and, you know, throw what-isms at you and strawman arguments, that you're not gonna change their mind with whatever you say. If they sit there and actually have, like, a reasonable debate with you, sure, you might actually be able to change their mind. But if they're throwing stuff like that on you, you gotta argue with them for the love of the game at that point. You gotta want it.
Ever 10 million views. Demonetized.
Damn.
Haven't seen a single cent from that video.
Oh.
Awesome. Anyway.
So we all know BuzzFeed is the internet equivalent of ass cancer. We know this, and I'm pretty sure
Yes.
the website is a government experiment created to test my patience.
Is that a Mr. Meeksy shirt? Oh my god, dude. Back when Rick and Morty was funny.
They're known
Was it really that long ago? Also, what's BuzzFeed doing nowadays? So, I just looked for like 20 minutes to try to find that old 36 Questions for Men by Feminist video. The BuzzFeed channel, BuzzFeed Yellow, that it was posted on, doesn't exist anymore from what I can find. So, I don't know what happened there. Their other channels are kind of just doing their own thing. Like, interviews are like, oh, $5 food versus $500 food videos, stuff like that. I wonder what happened to the BuzzFeed Yellow channel, because now all I can find is like re-uploads of some of those videos. Anyways.
Is that a Mr. Meeksy shirt? Oh my god, dude. Back when Rick and Morty was funny.
They're known for hits like, let's get fat women to do poses only fit gymnasts can do, being a woman is hard because compliments, and damage control, the video. So without further ado, I present to you 36 questions feminists have for men.
They were just pumping out videos like this constantly. Every week, another mass-produced, corpo-slop, anti-man, anti-white video.
So when you see the word white, what comes to mind?
Privilege, I think power.
We can never let this happen again. I don't care if Trump blows up the world, okay?
I literally can't trust any interview videos like that anymore. Simply because of the people that were on like Kids React or Teens React coming out and saying like, oh, they weren't actually allowed to say what they wanted to. They were pretty much fed what to say. It was treated like reality TV. So like if you had a reaction that the producers didn't like, you just wouldn't be in that video. They would just cut out your entire reaction to the video that you were watching. I can really never trust those because I feel like they're pretty much given a script.
They can make Israel a 51st state as long as I never have to hear,
Hey, fellow white guy.
ever again.
Oh god.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
How does it feel to be the same sex as someone I personally politically disagree with? The man is literally Satan to these people. Like, they could have said Hitler. And they basically meant Hitler. Trump is their Hitler. It's very trendy to hate Trump right now.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I'm pretty left-leaning, but I've been called a Trump supporter like 6 times in the past few months.
6 times. 6 times. Oh, you poor baby. Try 6,000. At the time,
Oh no. You support our current president. That video was made in like 2014, so he wasn't president yet. But I mean, nowadays you'll still get called Trump supporter and it's like treated as like a slur or an insult. And usually it's not like they support every single thing they does. Support certain things. Like even if I disagree with who the president is, they'll still do stuff I agree with and stuff I disagree with. Like, it doesn't matter. As long as they do their job and actually improve the country, I don't care what side they come from.
the anti-woke, anti-SJW genre was mostly full of liberals. It was mostly liberals criticizing all of this stuff, all of this woke behavior. We all saw this as not real liberalism. This isn't the real left. The real left cares about, like, real equality and workers' rights and blah, 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 blah. We wanted to call our side out. Obviously, that didn't work, but we tried.
Why do you have to sit with your legs?
See, now if they disagree with their own side, they're right wing. They could agree on 99% of the stuff, but that 1% makes the whole difference to them.
So wide open.
Men have balls.
Oh my god, manspreading. One of the top issues people would talk about nonstop back then was men sitting with their legs slightly open on public transportation. It was seen as some like patriarchal like statement of power or some shit. Like every week we had to hear about manspreading.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much.
Let's go back to this one.
Is when a man spreads.
Look at where his knees are at. If he was sitting normally, which first off, it doesn't even fucking affect you. You're in the seat next to him. There's still a middle seat between you guys. His knees would be driving into the back of that seat. Like, I'm a taller guy myself. It is not comfortable to sit there with your knees slammed against each other while they're pretty much fucking the seat in front of you, trying to get deep up in there. Like, you gotta kind of separate them so you don't feel like you're being squished.
His physical body to take up as much
Also, that guy's literally just holding his bag between them. Like, what's the issue there?
Space as humanly possible.
What happened to all these little pet issues they were all upset about? I guess like people can't afford houses now, right? They can't find jobs. I don't think they have energy to talk about the f***ing pink tax or manspreading or whatever.
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
Wow, this chocolate bar sure is good. But you know what would make it better? Wow, another chocolate bar. 2 of a thing I like together.
Yeah.
People still come to my channel to this day and leave comments on my videos like, "Are you the chocolate bar girl?" That's my legacy.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
You're not.
The wage gap is simply the average earnings of men and women working full-time. It does not count for different job positions, hours worked, or different jobs. It has nothing to do with the same job. It has nothing to do with discrimination.
So the reason I have
Wow. Yeah, it's almost like they don't want to get on the oil rig. Why am I paid less than you? Let's see, you work as a waiter, and the guy next to you works at an oil rig, spending 18 hours of his day getting fucking covered in oil, or in the goddamn coal mines. Also, did you know, complete side tangent here, it says a lot of the coal mining's done in like third world country, they make like $8 a day, like $8 US. Mind you, the state I'm in, minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. So effectively like a little over an hour of work here, still be making more in a little over an hour than they do an entire day of mining coal. That's the shit we need to be talking about. If we're gonna be sending foreign aid to these countries, give it to the people that actually support us back, like the coal mining industry. Those people should be paid way better. They should be able to easily afford their living doing that job because they are insanely important. But let's be honest, a lot of the places that do that stuff are probably pretty fucking corrupt, so they wouldn't even see the money in the first place. That really is what's unfortunate. Like, if we are going to send foreign aid to places, I think it should be because they do something that helps us in return, which I don't even think is that crazy of a take.
A button that debunks the wage gap is because back in the day you could not escape hearing about the fucking fake ass 77-cent wage gap bullshit. I don't think you hear about the wage gap anymore because young women are starting to out earn young men, so that's a little awkward.
But yeah, they're taking the cushy office jobs, which do tend to pay pretty well in the first place.
Are women perceived as the weaker sex?
Because on average,
They are.
It's a fact. Trigger warning. Facts.
Libs owned. Trigger warning. Facts.
Like, biologically speaking, yes, it's literally biology.
Okay, Ben Shapiro, calm down. I thought that was such a mic drop.
Are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome. More money.
So when women make less, it's called the wage gap. But when men make less, it's just more money.
Wow. Double standards, who would have guessed? Also, I don't think guys are intimidated by women that make more money. I don't really think they've ever been. Sure, there might be like some, but those tend to be like the douchey frat bro types that aren't happy about that. Nowadays, it's like, damn, that's nice. We actually have income. Either that or they'll just call you mommy.
Sorry, I'm like responding to the old video instead of my video. I forget how stupid these talking points were, dude. And sorry,
Honestly, I'm doing the same. You know what would be really funny? I need to go back and watch the fucking 36 questions feminists have for men video. I'll have to find one of the re-uploads and react to that. That could be so unbelievably fun. I feel like it would do terrible though. Fuck it, we'll do it anyways.
just watching these videos, I'm thinking about all the fucking people on Reddit who are like, ShoeOnHead sent me down the alt-right pipeline. Really? This is what did it? How the fuck is it my responsibility if you watch milquetoast ass shit like this and start goose stepping? I went down the alt-right pipeline. I was a Nazi. First of all, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. You probably watched some Ben Shapiro owns college liberal compilations, and then some other YouTuber years later told you that's what being a Nazi is, and that actually having the politics of a Walmart HR department is salvation. Like, can we fucking relax? I'm sorry, I don't understand the YouTubers and streamers from this era who have like trolls remorse about this shit, that feel guilty for making fun of this stuff back then.
You know, I don't even have to explain this. I only have to say one name and everyone will understand. iDubbbz.
And because they think them making fun of this stuff gave rise to Trump and whatever. It's like, no, this stuff gave rise to Trump, not you reacting to it. Like, why wouldn't you make fun of this shit? It's ridiculous and it's counterproductive. Like, you wonder why so many Gen Z men are further right than like boomer men. It's not because they watched a YouTuber called BuzzFeed cringe, right? It's because BuzzFeed and things like it, the media, academia, the culture that they grew up in, a reactionary movement.
Men in my generation grew up being told that we aren't worth shit, we're the issue with everything going on in the world, taking blame for literally everything, and we just had to be complacent with it, because if we talked out on it, we were called sexist, misogynistic pricks that hate all women and are secretly Nazis. And that's pretty much what we were told the entire time growing up. And then we see someone who's like, yeah, I'm gonna put an end to this bullshit, and all the men are like, okay, yeah, good. Why wouldn't we want that? We've been dealing with this shit for so long, not being allowed to say a single thing about it, because otherwise we'd be called all these horrible names. Why would we not want the side that wants to, you know, go back to tradition and, you know, how things used to be?
movement needs something to react to. Like, this shit, as goofy as it was harmful. It was harmful to society in general, and it was harmful to, like, the left, because this is how people saw the left. Trump wasn't elected specifically because BuzzFeed, right? Like, that's stupid. But there was this, like, slingshot effect against woke one. But more importantly, there was a hole in politics left from a do-nothing neoliberal neocon establishment that was just waiting to be filled by a populist, and Trump filled that hole. Trump filled America's hole, he got America pregnant, and 9 months later, out pops a war with Iran. And America's like, I didn't ask for this. Well, why'd you open your legs, whore? Sorry. You were asking for it. Okay, sorry. Anyway, now people online are like, oh, woke 2 is gonna be great. Woke 2 is gonna hit like crack.
If you thought we were woke before, you done went and woke the beast.
Woke 2 is 2020. Like, absolutely. Woke 2 is 2020, and it was the same exact talking points. Just more unsufferable. Like, sure, some of the stuff they talked about was important. I won't lie.
Welcome to Woke 2.0.
Do you want Hitler too? Because that's how you get Hitler too. We are not doing this shit again. I would kindly advise against it. If you look at everything happening now, like literal pedophiles running the world, bills being passed to merge our military with foreign militaries, a bunch of AI surveillance cameras popping up everywhere, bombs we pay for with our tax dollars against our will going to blow up children. All of this shit seems extremely petty and unimportant. But it was part of this like deeply subversive, destructive rot in society. I used to always
keep everyone fighting each other. Meanwhile, we all have to pay fucking like a minimum of 12% tax. We threw tea in the goddamn harbor and became our own colonies and eventually the USA over like 2 or 3% tax. And now we're sitting here with 12 to like 40% for depending on how much you make. And then taxes on all our purchases. Taxes on our wages, taxes on our purchases, taxes on our fucking balls at this point. Like, what is going on?
Say that culture war was a distraction from class war, and for the most part, I still kind of think that's true, but I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, you know? I could want the rich to pay their fair share and also want my children to grow up in a world where...
My perspective with that is, like, yeah, a lot of the richer people do. If you look at the statistics, the top 10% pays, like, 80-90% of the taxes, but like the top like 0.001% doesn't because they have all their funds allocated elsewhere. Like, okay, the government's not fucking stupid. Well, they're not stupid when it comes to wanting their money. Like, they know that these billionaires are getting away with this bullshit. They just don't do anything about it. And I think that shit needs to change. Like, they should still have to pay their taxes as well. Like, they shouldn't be able to just, oh yeah, I didn't actually make all this money. It's not going directly to me. It's just going to my 35 different shell companies. Like, no, that shit shouldn't be allowed. But yeah, most people do end up paying their fair share of taxes.
It's not socially acceptable to hate them. Yeah, these videos were a little cringe and like, I think they aged that poorly. Some of the jokes were really cringe and
the jokes are cringe. The message is still extremely relevant.
Like, facts and logic, liberals. Pretty much do the same videos, but now they're more like organized and structural and scripted. I do the same videos, but in a more medicated sort of way. Big Vyvanse has taken away your millennial quirk chunguses. Big Pharma won't let me go. Merp. So that was that video. I thought it would be fun to do. What did you guys think? If you want to see my full, raw, unedited reaction to my first video, there is a bonus video up on my Patreon right now. Link down below.
What
the fuck? Also, all Patreon members get every single video a day early, uncensored, no bleeps. I'm also doing Patreon-only live streams now, so I would love to see you guys there. Lots of stuff going on. Link down below. Join today. We want you. Join the Shoe Simps. Join the SS today. Oh.
Yeah, no, that was a really good video by Shoe. Obviously, go support her, go support all of her stuff. I honestly don't think I really have too much to add. I feel like I've said everything I wanted to say during this video. And if I say more stuff, I'm just gonna be a broken record at this point. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below on everything here. While you're down there, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on those little bell notifications so you can see when I upload next. On the grind to 1,000 subs. In the description below, you obviously see the video we just watched and Shoe's channel, but you also see my Twitch and my Discord down below. With that all being said though, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see all you beautiful people next time.